Hi, it's Lyle Cannonberg here again. The other day I was talking about uh, that $107,000 truck that I ride around in. That's my main business, and it is business, of course. Uh, Neighbors that I live around, boy, they can be loud sometimes. There must be a game going on or something. Anyway, that truck is quite expensive. It is a tool, and it requires a lot of management. And one of the reasons I was able to get that truck was, well, my personal presentation. See, one of the things I learned over the last few years, building up to this point where I had to pick up a truck which I couldn't afford and needed to get the credit for it, I spent a lot of time using credit cards to build up credit. And, still had a lot of money on these cards, and actually I was pretty darn close to the limit on them. Didn't have very much money in the bank, of course, because living expenses and unpredictable things that happen suck up every cent that I've got most of the time. In fact, that's why I'm working online right now, is because costs are a lot lower. There's no overhead other than my internet connection and a computer, that sort of thing, you know. You can sort of see that. Well, anyway, negotiating. Let's say you want something from somebody. You want to create a good first impression when you walk in. Put on a smile. You know, give them your best smile. It doesn't have to be like huge, like, you know, that doesn't work. You know, they'll come across as lying. But give your casual smile, you know, that you're having a pretty good day, that sort of thing. And you got your head on straight, because when you walk in and you're asking for something and you know damn well they're going to look at your credit score, and you know that's good because you've been taking care of it for years and years and years. Banks have denied me many times. In fact, my main branch there, boy, I was getting right ticked, but every time I walked in there I gave them my best smile and I shake their hands, you know. First impressions always worked. In fact, in a few years back, when I was eating just macaroni boiled with no cheese, I mean, I was in dire straits. I needed a car to go to work because the jobs were always further than I could walk, and the job was stressful enough that I knew I was going to be too tired to walk back home or ride a bike, so I needed a car. Well, it's only $800 at that time for a car. But that was a lot of money for me. I couldn't come up with $800 just like in the blink of an eye. So I asked the bank. I says, "Well, what can you offer me for a solution?" Well, it turns out they had an overdraft. They said, "Well, you got an account with us, don't you?" And I says, "Yeah." And I said, "What kind of account is it?" Is it a checking account? And he said, "Well, we can offer you an overdraft protection." Overdraft? Oh, what's that? You know, I let them tell me what it was. I already knew what an overdraft was. I was just hoping that I'd get a loan so that I'd have fixed payments and all that kind of stuff. Overdraft, well, they got some pretty heavy fees on that, something like 21%. But whatever the case is, I was willing to spend whatever it took to get that car, because I knew that I had to have one so I could work every day, get to work and get home within a reasonable amount of time. And you know what? They gave me the overdraft. I didn't even have my first paycheck yet. I didn't have a track record of a good paying job all the time. The reputation I was working off of course, was my dad's at the time, too. He backed me up. Uh, but he wasn't there when I asked for this. I just said, "Well, my dad's account's here, too, you know." I said, "We've got a pretty good reputation. We don't run off, skip out on bills or anything like that." My dad had a pretty good reputation for paying on time, or at least, not just walking away when he couldn't afford to pay the bill. He went in and he talked to them. This is one of the things I learned from my dad. He went in, talked to the bank, and says, "Wow, I didn't get paid by the people I'm contracting." He's a house painter, by the way. And he was able to complete quite a lot of work. He had excellent systems in place. Well, long story short, if you need the money to build your business, you'll find it. And if you have to ask for credit, put on a smile. A smile. People smile. When you smile, the world smiles with you. And a smile speaks more. And it doesn't have to be a fake one either. Did you know that if you put a smile on, really smile, you can't feel sad? Try it. Put a smile on your face. And try to feel sad at the same time. You can't do it. So when you walk in and you're having a hard time talking to people, put a smile on first. Conversations go a lot smoother. So when you're presenting your business, say your SFI marketing business, and you want to hand somebody a card and you don't know how to approach them, put a smile on first. Think of the question before you go to them. A couple of general ones, you want to give a card to somebody, you just ask them a couple of questions. Do you shop online? Or do you sell stuff on the internet? Where do you sell? What do you, what is it, eBay? Or do you sell through classified apps? So how would you like to try out a new store for selling your items? That sort of thing. Like giving them a honest thing to consider. But make sure you're smiling before you walk up to them, and no fake smiles. They'll see right through that. I'll guarantee it. I tried the fake smile. It doesn't work. So even if I've had a bad day, if I can't smile, I won't walk up to somebody and ask them. Just a couple of simple questions, really. It takes 30 seconds to hand out a gift card. And the gift cards are great because they can use it for buying or they can use it for selling. And you can tell them if they know somebody and they're not going to use the card, just ask them to kindly pass it on to someone else who will. You'd be surprised how many people will do that. You'll get more results. So if you're going to consider gift cards, try that. Anyway, I got to keep this video short, so it's going to take me a while to upload this one. Have a great day.